today's topic is inductive effect. Okay, so inductive effect is an electron displacement effect, and this is due to the displacement of electrons. Okay, so inductive effect is nothing but change in polarization of covalent bond, which is due to presence of highly electronegative adjacent atom. Okay, so when the atom which is combined to carbon is highly electronegative, then there will be change in polarization, and this change in polarization will lead into inductive effect. Now we'll see how the change in polarization takes place. Okay, so now I'll explain this using an example. So if I take ethane and ethanol, CH3CH2OH. Okay, now this carbon is non-polar. Okay, so here there won't be any change in polarization because the difference in electronegativity between these two carbon is zero. Okay, difference in electronegativity is zero because both the atoms are same. It will be having same electronegativity. Okay, so for example, we know that the electronegativity of carbon is 2.2. Okay, for carbon. So here this carbon will also be having 2.2. So the difference 2.2 minus 2.2, the electronegativity difference is 0. Since it is 0, there won't be any polarization. Hence the bond between carbon and carbon in ethane is non-polar. But if I take in ethanol, CH3CH2OH, now the bond between the carbon and this oxygen, okay, it will be polar. This is because here oxygen is highly electronegative. It is highly electronegative. Since it is highly electronegative, it will attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. Therefore, it will be leaving a partial positive charge on carbon and partial negative charge on oxygen atom. Okay, so now this will lead to a formation of carbocation. So here there is a change in polarization. Okay, due to the presence of electronegative atom which is present adjacent to the carbon. But in ethane, the bond between carbon is non-polar because there won't be any difference in electronegativity, and this change in polarization is known as inductive effect. One more thing in inductive effect is it does not completely transfer its electron from one atom to another atom. It does not completely transfer. If it completely transfer, then it leads to the formation of ions. Okay, but here there is only partial charge. Okay, so therefore the inductive effect is a displacement effect, and this effect, it represents the ability of a particular atom or group to either withdraw or donate electron density to the attached carbon. Okay, hence it can either withdraw the electron density or it can donate the electron density to carbon. Okay, so this is known as inductive effect. So next is based on the ability of the substituent, whether it can donate the electron or accept the electron, they can be classified into two groups. One is plus I group, the other one is minus I group. Okay, so plus I groups are the groups which can easily donate electrons. So electron donating groups are known as plus I group, and electron withdrawing groups are known as minus I group. Okay, so which donates electron? All the electropositive atoms which are highly electropositive in nature and which has a negative charge can donate electron, whereas if it is highly electronegative and if it has a positive charge, it can withdraw the electron. Okay, so now based on this donation or withdrawing ability of electrons, it can be classified into plus I group and minus I group. Okay, so for example, halogens. Okay, so we know that all the halogens are electron withdrawing group, hence all the electron withdrawing group are minus I group. If I take alkali metals, so all the metals are electropositive in nature. Since it is electropositive, it will be electron donating. So if it is electron donating, then it will be plus I. If it donates, then it has a positive character, so therefore plus I. If it withdraws, it has a negative character, therefore minus I. And one more example is COOH. Okay, so now you can see here. Okay, so here there is a bond between carbon and oxygen. Okay, now we know that the oxygen are highly electronegative, so it withdraws electron. Since it withdraws electron, here there will be a positive negative charge, and here there will be a partial positive charge. Okay, since it has a partial positive charge, it can withdraw the electron, hence therefore it is an electron withdrawing group. Okay, and then OH minus, since it has a negative charge, it can donate electron, OH minus. So since it donates electron, it has a positive character, so therefore plus I group. Okay, so this is plus I group and minus I group. So one more application of this inductive effect is to identify the strength of the acid. Okay, so always the strength of acid, it increases with increase in minus I effect of the group. For example, if I take chloroacetic acid, various chloroacetic acid. Okay, so what is chloroacetic acid? Instead of hydrogen, there will be chlorine. So we know that CH3COOH is acetic acid. So instead of one hydrogen, there is a presence of one chlorine. Then it is known as monochloroacetic acid. If there is a presence of two chlorine, and this is dichloro. If there are three chlorines, then it is trichloro. Okay, so we all know that this chlorine is electronegative in nature. It means that it withdraws electron. So it withdraws electron towards itself. COOH, and write like this, means it will be easier for understanding. So this chlorine, it withdraws electron. Now here there are two chlorine atoms, hence the withdrawing ability will be higher. Here there are three chlorine, hence here the withdrawing ability will be much more higher compared to 2. So if it withdraws electron, then the bond between COO minus and H will become weaker because it withdraws the electron. If it withdraws electron, then the bond becomes weaker. If the bond becomes weaker, then H plus can be removed easily. Okay, so when you see this trichloroacetic acid, it has 3 electronegative groups. Hence, here the withdrawing ability will be higher, and here hydrogen can be removed very easily. Okay, so hence here it will be more acidic compared to the other two. Here there are 2 chlorine atoms. So compared to the first one, this one will be having high electron withdrawing ability. Hence this one will be your second acidic compound, and this one will be your least acidic compound. So based on the electron withdrawing nature, based on the increase in minus I effect, acidity will increase. So this is one more application of the inductive effect. So inductive effect is nothing but the change in polarization which is due to the electronegative groups. Okay, so here plus I group are electron donating in nature and minus I group are electron withdrawing. Since it withdraws the electron, it has a negative character. And since it donates an electron, since it gives, it has a positive character. So this is easiest way of remembrance. If someone donates, then they have a positive character. If someone withdraws, if someone gets from the other one, they have a negative character. Okay, so this is the easiest way of remembering plus I group and minus I group. Thank you.